Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Joke of the Day Analysis. I'm your host, Mr. Milton. I'd like to discuss last week's episode, the conclusion of the student fire saga. Polling indicates that the majority of viewers didn't get or didn't understand all of the comedy references in last week's episode. So I'd like to help you appreciate the episode better and understand comedy more thoroughly. Let's start by remembering the benign violation theory of comedy from last year. We see the world as a certain way or think it ought to be a certain way, and then we violate that benignly, harmlessly, and the gap between the is and the violation is the funny. The larger the gap, the greater the violation, the funnier the joke. Now, in this case, remember, benign means harmless, so we violate things in a non-destructive way. Playful teasing is a benign violation. Malicious teasing is, well, malign. So let's take a look at our show with that in mind. First of all, we have Mr. Stugelmeyer, who ought to be getting a role in JotDA. Instead, we benignly violate that by calling him Student Fire and giving him a role in Rolling Chop the Guy. Just so you know, Mr. Stugelmeyer was harmed neither emotionally nor physically in the production of this episode. But instead, he joined in a benign violation of his character in the show, his own character as an actor, and really, in a sense, his own physical being. So thanks for that, Mr. Stugelmeyer. Good job. It's even funnier if you know who Fonzie was. A program in the 1970s called Happy Days has a character named Fonzie. It's set in the 1950s, and Fonzie's the coolest guy in Milwaukee, which is one of the top 7 coolest cities in all of Wisconsin. Fonzie's cool is challenged one episode, and so he, in order to reestablish his cool, agrees to jump his motorcycle over 14 trash cans. When he succeeds, he reestablishes his cool. If it worked then, it should work 2 years later when the cast of characters goes to Hollywood on vacation, and Fonzie's again challenged, and so this time jumps over a shark in the Pacific Ocean. Jumping the shark has since become an indication of how high quality a character is cool. I'm sorry, I think I got that backwards. Jumping the shark actually is usually when a show or a character or a band or a movie or something has gone off the rails, has become a joke, has become ridiculous, has become a caricature of itself. So asking Mr. Stugelmeyer to jump over a water-filled ditch with sharks in it would be like Fonzie jumping the shark, and Student Fire Stugelmeyer would have been in rapid cool decline. Yes, we did use fake audience research. There was none, but we told Mr. Stugelmeyer there was, and we tricked him. But it was all benign because he was part of this and enjoyed the whole process. But do recognize that, in fact, we did close the door on Student Fire. He's done. This is also signified by the cessation of the ticking of the clock before the visual of the clock is taken down. Stugelmeyer, Student Fire's time is up and his character is done. I hope that helps you enjoy last week's episode more and prepares you to enjoy future episodes even more richly.
We think we've explained the comedy material, but we're not sure how things stand for Mr. Stugelmeyer. Once we asked some students what they thought, here's what they said.
Why are you worried for Mr. Stugelmeyer?
'Cause he's nice.
I failed to see his niceness, but thanks for
Well, Mr. Stugelmeyer is my coach for cross country. He's the best.
I'm sure he's the best cross-country coach that Pioneer has, but so what?
Because he's really nice and funny, whenever he doesn't try to be funny.
Well, we know he's not as funny as JotDA, though, right?
Yeah.
Maybe JotDA should be your cross-country coach. Fair enough. Yes, why are you worried about him?
Because he's nice.
You're worried about him because he's nice?
Yeah.
You think JotDA is not nice?
I dropped my phone in the hallway and he gave it back to me yesterday.
That is nice. You think JotDA wouldn't give you your phone back? JotDA does have an eBay phone resale website, though. I did notice that. JotDA is better, I agree.
That's true.
Why are you worried about Mr. Stugelmeyer?
I'm worried about Mr. Stugelmeyer. I'm worried about Mr. Stugelmeyer because kids were making fun of him in the hallway while he was walking to your classroom.
Fair enough.
It looks like Pioneer students agree. Mr. Stugelmeyer's time is up. I think.